Okay, Be'ezrat Hashem, Rabotai, I want to continue. We were left off on page 216 in the morning, and we have done the salt shakers. If you remember, we said salt shakers, even though it's a very interesting situation in a salt shaker. We have in the salt shaker the rice that is inside. You listen to the recording? Rice and the salt, right? And on top of it, you have the net. So if you have the net, the metal with the holes, when you go like that, shaking it, you are separating the salt out of the rice. What about boil? With a special tool. What your justification would be? I eat it now, I take the good out of the bed, and I do it for immediate consumption. Correct. You are immediately, but you are doing it with a special tool. What happened to that? So because of that, few rabbis in Eretz Israel said you're not allowed to use salt shaker with rice mixed in the salt because borer.
But that's not the purpose.
Oh. So you guys bringing up a good point. You're saying, Rabbi John, the intention, that's what you want to say. The intention, kavanah, is not to separate the salt from the rice. When would be such an intention? For example, let's say a person is, I don't know, for some reason is allergic to rice. I don't know. Yeah? And he's telling his relative, why'd you put rice inside there? Oh, no, I cannot keep it around me. And he starts shaking all the salt through that shaker in order to keep that rice away to throw to the garbage. So he is shaking the salt shaker in order to separate the salt away from the rice. That's when he's intending to separate. But says Rav Yosef, when the person using right now, he's sliced an egg, right? Or salad, he wants to put it on top of his food. He's not intending to separate the salt entirely from the rice. His intention is why there is a net over there, in order to dispense the salt evenly. Because if you would not have that net, you don't have a controller over how much salt you're going to take out. You're going to go like this, boom, all the salt came out, or you're trying to come out and nothing comes out, right? So since you're in a risk, Aaron John, of not dispensing the salt evenly, the Chachamim of the world, the flea market Chachamim, decided to make that net on top so you can dispense the salt evenly. That's the idea behind that. Another reason, says Avadia, is even if you will call it as a special tool of separation, we have another reason to allow it. And what is that reason? That it's done for immediate consumption. When do we say a special tool that meant for separation, it's a problem? Only when a person is using that tool and the product that came out from the separation is going to be kept for long term. Example, you right now has a sifter. Can you use sifter to sift flour on Shabbat? Not allowed to. Right? It's 100% tool meant for separation. Borer. But says Rabbi Ovadia Yosef, whenever you separate that flour, right? For how long are you gonna keep the flour? Only you gonna sift and eat now, or you're gonna be sifting it and keeping it for maybe a week, especially nowadays that you have freezers, and you can keep it for many, many months and years. Is it something that people do and eat right away, whatever they sift? Or it could be kept for a long time? Could be kept for a long time. It not only could be being done this way many times also. However, he says the salt shaker, how often people use salt shaker? I'm talking about home grade, not commercial grade. How often a person is taking salt shaker and is going to do it only for short time? Hi, Yaakov Joe? Sachar Joe Bude? Pazmon da mashmoya. Kol beseder? Chai. Happy to see you. If so, the salt shaker, says Rav Ovadia, is not a tool that meant for long term. It's you are shaking it, taking out the salt, and you're using it right now. You're not going to salt a bunch of things with a homemade salt shaker and separate the rice out of it. Says Rav Ovadia, another proof, Meir John, is what if a person has the salt without rice inside? I don't know, what is that?
Pizza.
Why not? A kakol pizza. Hold on. You first have to say shakol. Давай, садитесь, я для вас тоже скажу. Anytime you say hamotzi, besides Shabbat, anytime you say hamotzi, before that, you say sha'akol.
Why?
Why? Because it's machloket if the hamotzi will cover your drink or no. Machloket.
Okay.
Because of this machloket says Shulchan Aruch, Yereh Shamayim will cover all opinions. How? Before you say hamotzi, first say sha'akol on your drink.
Only regular days?
Regular
А
days.
если вино
Shabbat.
выпил, нет.
Shabbat because you drink wine. But let's Sudah Shlishit. We, in our synagogue, makpid to drink wine on Sudah Shlishit. Not every synagogue makpid on this. If Arizal says very important to drink wine during Sudah Shlishit. Very important. He says it annuls dinim in times of Mincha of Shabbat. Mincha of Shabbat, at that time to drink the wine after Hamotzi. He said if you drink the wine before Hamotzi on Mincha of Shabbat, you bring on yourself dinim. You hear this?
Как?
According to Ari.
Ланч?
If you drink wine before Sudah Shlishit, before Hamotzi of Sudah Shlishit, during Mincha of Shabbat, you are rousing on yourself dinim, chas v'shalom.
Надо настоящее вино пить.
After Hamotzi, says the Arizal,
Эрев там.
you are rousing on yourself rachamim. So that's why in Sudah Shlishit that we have here, since we have wine, you don't need to say shakol before Sudah
Настоящий
Shlishit.
вино не пьете же вы?
But doesn't matter, I'll give him.
А
Give him
если
is
вы
enough.
слушаете просто?
No, you have to drink. It's annuls dinim from the upcoming week.
Просто попробуйте, это прям
Да, пригубить, you don't have to drink a lot.
Давайте.
Okay? Yaakov, садитесь. ברשות מוריי ורבותיי,
מה אתה עושה?
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהכל נהיה בדברו. Я думал, в туалет пошел. Я бы подождал.
Я уже пил.
Окей. Okay? So says Ravadia, another reason why Aaron, the salt shaker, is not a problem because it's meant for immediate consumption. It's a tool that separates the salt out of the rice for immediately. Got it? And he says another point. What if, Chagai John, what if a person will have a salt shaker without rice? Would he still use that net? Ah,
Да.
so what do you see?
No different.
It's not meant to separate the rice away. Therefore, those rabbis that said you're not allowed to use salt shaker if you're putting rice inside there because you separate a special tool, those rabbis are wrong. Чё-то неправильно, чё-то.
Нет.
Okay.
Просто шапку свою.
Yeah. Пачах шуде.
У вас веревка поднялась.
Ah, this from the bag. Whenever I take it out, from the bag. Thank you. Okay? Amen. Yaakov John, when you say Hamotzi, 10 fingers on the bread. Data. Not 2 hands. 10 fingers. You know, when I ask my daughter sometimes, give me the cup for Kiddush. So at the beginning, she didn't know. She gives me the cup like this. 2 hands, but not 10 fingers.
Тоже
I
три
told-
фингера.
I told her, no, 10 fingers, then give it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now all of them know. When Abba asks the cup, it's 10 fingers on the cup. Same thing is for the bread. 10 fingers on the bread. And this halakha, the 10 fingers on the bread is
Why is
halakha.
я in 10 fingers? Lechem,
Там же 10 words, а здесь что?
The 10 fingers, the Ari says, at the time you're making the kiddush, you are giving beracha to 10 sefirot. Those 10 fingers, it says, are the 10 sefirot. And those 10 sefirot, it says, right now, by making kiddush of Shabbat, you're giving bracha to all the 10 sefirot. That's why Shabbat is the source of all the bracha. Then we say.
Должна давать.
Huh?
Around with the whole
Hey, Jena is busy. No, it don't have to be Jena. Jena have to pour the wine for you. It's important that the wife should pour
Always.
the wine when she's allowed.
So they're passing like this.
When the lady is not allowed, she's not allowed.
будут знать, она лавы, не лавы.
Huh?
Люди же будут знать, она лавы, не лавы.
When she's allowed or not. Yeah, so that's why what they do. She always pours it wine in the kitchen.
Да.
Nobody knows.
Bring it to the table.
Before everyone.
And bring it.
Rabbi Yosef says that Sfardim could be lenient that she will pour you the wine even when she's nida.
Да?
Because the Gemara that restricted not pouring wine for the husband It's only their type of wine that they balanced it with water.
You could do that? No.
Pouring is not a problem. Balancing it with water, it's a problem. That's a Rav Yosef conclusion. Not like Ashkenazim. Ashkenazim say not allowed to pour. Rav Yosef says no. Pour, it's allowed. Balance with water is not allowed. So based on that, you always she can always pour you the wine, even whenever she's nida. Okay, back to us. If so, we finished with the salt shaker. We're going to the next level, 217. Hagai.
You saying bracha, okay. Friday night bracha.
Yes.
10 sfirot. What about Saturday? It's not 10 sfirot.
Where's your siddur with the 10 sfirot? No, the picture that shows the 10 sfirot, that like this, he's holding the cup like this. He's giving, it was a brown siddur you had, with a picture of 10 fingers going on.
10 сферот, на хлеб делать, там есть 10 blessing. Потом, как Friday is special, you give him to 10 sfirot.
10
What
sfirot,
about
yeah.
Saturday then?
Shabbat morning, same thing. You have to give it on 3 levels. You have to give it on Nahi level, Chagat level, Chabad level. 3 levels. And then Malchut, Avdallah. That's why you're coming back down to this world, Asiyah, and you are bringing the bracha of Shabbat to the rest of the week. Ayat Suda Revi'it is the one that connects the bracha of Shabbat to the weekdays. Right now, Suda Revi'it, it's hard for people because they just ate Osvo in the morning. Then Yeli Suda Shlishit and Italkayu. Then you show Suda Revi'it. According to Arizal, you have to eat it within the first hour.
Вы там вино тоже пьете?
No, там не надо уже вино пить. By Kabbalah, we don't have to already. Only Suda Shlishit during the meal, not before the meal. During the meal, it's very important, Arizal says. Suda Revi'it уже не надо. But Suda Revi'it, you gotta do Yaakov within 1 hour as Shabbat comes out. Shabbat comes out at 6. До 7, чтобы уже руки помыл, чтобы Suda Revi'it сделал. Now it's hard. Shabbat comes out at 5 o'clock. 5:15 we pray Arvit. 5:30 we finish. Yeah, I'm saying for people, because I don't eat a lot Suda Shlishit. I control myself. Even though it's a lot of food over here. We have 5-star hotel Suda Shlishit here. In no synagogue in the world I saw such a Suda Shlishit.
Да, было.
So much food. I control myself because I know I'm gonna have to eat both Suda Revi'it. Meir, it's just the Suda Shlishit is worth for you to walk from Main Street, believe me. You're gonna...
all this is high also.
Nada? Накрывает?
Sushi, this, that.
Sushi чкордори мал sushi.
Сюда приди, потом увидишь.
Yeah, well, hold here. Люди горячие такие, so much food.
I don't eat meat.
That's fine.
Ah, it's a dick.
They have also children, this, that.
Okay, number 1. כל הכבוד. They have that. כל
I
הכבוד.
would stop
Everything,
at
they
each
have
other.
everything. Whatever you have here, you have over there.
Меньше, а проходить, что мне 30 минут, блин.
Chabad, they come also.
Okay?
Talk about Mashiach.
Okay? 217. Number 1 is soaking in a bowl dirty fruits forbidden by Torah or by Rabbanan.
Dirty?
Soaking
The Roraita.
fruits,
Fruits.
soaking dirty fruits. You know, Rabotai, by Jewish law, you're not allowed to take a bowl, kosa, filled with water, and immerse inside there dirty vegetables, agurets, pomidor. You want to wash it. Put it inside. Shabbat, not allowed.
Borer, that.
Just by putting it?
Just by putting it.
Да, потому что там
Just
заходит.
placing it inside, this is 100% not allowed.
Наверх становится. Грязь.
Because of borer. What's borer? You separate the garbage either on top or either
На бар.
on the bottom. Doing that on Shabbat, chas v'shalom, violation of
Taking out the
borer.
fruits, no? You're taking out the fruits.
True, but you're using an agent. Bechor?
What agent?
What shoe?
Вишволок.
Bechor, you look like Rabbi Yehuda Petaya with his head, you know?
Он не showed you.
Baruch Hashem.
Выпил.
I hope we're gonna learn with you also the Kabbalah, Bechor. So you're gonna be turn to be Rabbi Yehuda Petaya.
Сколько рюмок?
Okay?
Rabbi,
Ah.
why it's a problem with the soaking the fruit? You take
Borer.
But you just taking out the fruit.
Gemara says, "En shorin et karshenin." You're not allowed to separate the karshinin by soaking. En shorin, soaking.
Fruit и овощи нельзя.
Подсказать.
Любую вещь в воде, сок on Shabbat, in the bowl,
Салматы.
not allowed to. I told you there was one time Sudash Lishit in the one synagogue, and the Sudash Lishit they set up in this room, and the sink of that place was on the other side of the synagogue, and it's a big synagogue. So Shabbat, one lady said, you know, why we carry all the fruits, vegetables from the here to the sink, then bringing it back over there to the room where we eat Sudash Lishit?
Замочь.
Well, I have an idea. Well, I'll bring a bucket. She took a bucket, filled it up with water, and bring it over there. That's it. Don't have to carry all the vegetables and the fruits. уже מזונות גופתיים. Now, they did that. Allowed or not allowed to?
Because it's separated from water, is that
The
it?
water is being used as an agent. Separation agent. So the poskim say it's not allowed to. We're going to see if it's the Oraita or the Rabbanan. But it's going to be confusing to you to see it. I'll just tell it to you. Bottom line, Mishnah Berurah says the Oraita. The Oraita. Bechor, you take tomato, cucumber, pomidor, agurets, dirty. There's some sand, some dirt. Put it inside a bowl of water, doing nothing else. Just put it inside. Mishnah Berurah Chafetz Chaim says it's like smoke on Shabbat, no difference.
Why?
Borer.
Поставили воду?
Yeah.
Why?
Borer. What did you borer?
Потому что хороший, плохой, от хорошего.
Very good.
Дай Боже, шумошаллах.
Rabbi Vari,
Вот так вытереть?
yeah, that's no problem. Putting it in a bowl, that's a problem. Rabbi Vari Yosef says it's not the Oraita problem, Chafetz Chaim Gavarit, but it's still not allowed, Rabbanan problem. He brings the proof to the Masechet Beitzah. I don't want to go to this pilpulim.
А если
not the
отдельно
time and
помыть
place.
под краном, можно его? Под краном?
Right. How do you wash vegetables and fruits on Shabbat, Yaakov? Pat kranam, not in a bowl.
Can I put a special bowl that has the holes in it and let it run?
And later on, yeah. Drushlag. Yeah. Not in a bowl, not
Что
allowed.
тебе поможет?
Because by putting it inside the bowl, the dirt floats on top or sinks on the bottom.
Грязь же не
This
очистить.
action that is removing it, the Gemara looks at it as an issue of borer.
Он уже сам...
Question is it issue of borer, the Oraita or the Rabbanan? That's debatable.
Или, например, ты берешь
You're placing it inside.
огурцы...
You put the dirt.
Ставлю так, вот так.
Это да, вода
You have a
уходит,
good point.
грязь не
But
остается.
nevertheless, it's not allowed to by Torah according to
Грязь
Chafetz
не
Chaim.
остается.
It's a very serious level.
А бол, он, ты собрал туда, поставил, бросил. И он тихо-тихо от себя уходит.
A lot of times it happens with grapes.
Да,
Grapes, I say grapes in Russian.
Виноград.
Vinaigrette.
Ангур.
Angur.
Chum-chum.
A lot of times you're washing the grapes. You want to put it in a bowl, water, inside the bowl. Problem. The Chalel Shabbat, God forbid.
If it's clean, no problem.
If it's clean, no problem. If you only just want to give it a fresher look, that's the reason you're sinking it in the water. You're not separating anything. But if it's not for that reason, it's to wash it,
Ты делал грязный куш, что ли?
the Oraita.
Ну, под
According to
краном.
Chafetz Chaim.
А, что теперь, грязный его куш, что ли?
No, Chagai Jo, אוכל נקום. ובואי מה, בבדה נקום. חכי דרכור במקום.
А что теперь делал шамир, дил, cilantro?
Yeah.
You need to, I mean, you need this one.
בדילם זה הנבובו.
You need this one now. How are you gonna wash this one?
Before Shabbat.
Before Shabbat.
No, I don't have
No,
before
Johnny
Shabbat.
Халфейш.
Краном, под краном.
I
Ничего
did
не
now.
ставь.
Или
под
под
I
краном.
did now you show
Первое.
and I have 15 parts of riba, fish, sazan, and I need now all of yours. I forgot to wash.
נכון?
Shabbat, what I'm gonna do?
Sink.
Друшлаг, поставьте его.
Как, какой душлаг вы должны его
You're ready for
отмочить?
Shabbat, you eat on Shabbat. You're not ready for Shabbat, you not eat Shabbat.
Yeah, very good.
Right?
Kiro gave another proper answer. Okay, number 2. Rabotai.
А сейчас готово продать.
Rabotai, don't argue with me over what's written. It's written. I didn't make it up. Это я не придумал.
Рабай, вы
Тора
сейчас должны
написано.
думать, как это правильно сделать. Что
I
ты
answered
застрял.
you already. Sink and drushlag. I answered you.
Saying drushlag, how are you gonna wash the cilantro? You have to soak it.
Oh, no. Rabotai. Listen to this. Listen.
No, it doesn't.
Hagai, listen. No, we're wasting
Listen,
time.
listen.
You're talking back and forth. Listen. Solution. Wash it first under the sink. Well. All the dirt, everything away. Good? After it's clean, now you want to put it inside
then you can
the
allow.
water with the kosa. Now it's not a problem because it's already clean. So you just want to put soap, you want to put other things to clean it well, okay. But it's already not going to make things flow on top, things flow on the bottom. That's also a solution.
It's gonna make because on dill and cilantro, if you want or not, I mean, you have to wash this like 3-4 times till you're gonna take all the sand and all the dirt out.
Yeah?
If you're washing 3-4 times, so then maybe the sand gonna go out.
В одном ингредиенте находится язык и пила.
Да, точно.
Кто мало говорит, много слушает, пила нормально, морковка хорошо работает. Кто много говорит, мало слушает,
У него спросите, он скажет, как работает.
А он откуда знает?
Он много кушает, мало говорит.
Number 2.
Заметьте, я имя не говорю.
So, is it permitted? No. Rabbi say. Is it permitted to rinse fruits from the spray or dust on their surface? However, it is allowed to rinse fruits from their spray or dust or dirt on their. Hold on. However, it is permitted. Shas. I'm in the middle. You're interrupting me. Shas. However, it is permitted to rinse fruits from the spray or dust or dirt on their surface. On their surface or from the surface? From their surface, no?
Yeah,
From, not on.
Oh, this big issue with the cilantro and dill.
but
Especially for the
in this
restaurant.
case, do you need to eat right away? What if you just?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What if you want to wash? You have a lot of people. Also
Забыл,
problems.
сделал.
What do you
Wash
wanna
on
do?
the sink from the dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna sit now.
To be right away also.
What?
Next word, not next line, next word.
It's a problem.
For immediate consumption. Not the next line, the next word.
So you cannot.
By hand, without soaking in a bowl. Without soaking in a
Not
bowl.
bowl. I'm talking about by hand.
Yeah.
I'm doing by hand.
Yes.
Он доказал, что он может.
And I still have to eat it right now.
Exactly.
כל חתול לפעמים שהכל יהיה בדורו.
Вы уже шаколь сказали же.
500 раз шагон он говорит.
На чай.
На чай же
А
сказали.
выпейте уже, да.
Я еще не говорил.
Не говорил.
А как вы выпили чай, не говорили?
Я еще не пил, я его отложил, ждал, пока он прочитает.
All הכבוד, בכור. Are we thirsty? On water, you only say shakol if you're thirsty. Thirsty.
Давай, you
About
allowed,
chai.
Chai, you always say shakol. Yes,
allowed
Agaj,
to
what's your question?
take, you allowed to take the kli,
Тост.
fill it up with the water,
Yeah.
and take the cilantro, put inside. 1, 2, and take it out. Even though the garbage and the sand is gonna fall to the water, but you take
נלזיה,
out
נלזיה.
the good from the bad.
Yeah, you're right. When you took out. Whenever
No,
it
you're
was
holding
inside.
this one. No, you're holding this one.
Doesn't matter when you put inside. The water separate the garbage, make it right now either go on the bottom or either go right now on top. And that's what the Torah doesn't allow us.
No, you talking about when you taking the bowl and you putting inside the cilantro with the water, yeah, and you leaving inside, so yeah, then the garbage
it
going
leaving,
down.
even if you
But
put it
if
in
you
the
taking with your fingers in a bowl with the water, not the berries open, the bowl with the water,
Not allowed to.
putting inside, you washing
Asu.
there and taking out.
אסור.
Next.
Rabbi, even if you put the fruits first before you put the water, or does it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. What, you're gonna open the water, it's gonna go on it. On the fruits, and separate it, the garbage. Chachamim saw that the water is like a separated agent.
Separate.
To what degree? Chafetz Chaim says the oraita degree. It's unbelievable. It's like you smoke on Shabbat, no difference.
How-
Turning
how
on a
that
fire on
work?
Shabbat.
How that possible?
Как
When
это
you doing
серьезно?
mayim achronim chova, are you doing also separation?
You separate not in the kli. It goes
Satam,
away from
what
you.
is that? This kli also.
You're separating
The other one is
to
also
a
kli.
kli. You're not separating from a kli, inside the kli. You're going into the kli. You're pouring it.
Next.
Rabbi, perché l'Amazon fa sta c'ha quella pedra di Gauri.
Da. Very good. Amen. Kol hakavod, Yaakov, your blessings became better. One by one. Kol hakavod. Number 3. Is it permitted to pinch vegetables on Yom Kippur? Pinch over here means to prepare them. I don't know why you said the word pinch. Yeah.
Why would you do that in Kippur all this time?
Huh? So if you remember,
So you can start eating. On
very
time.
good. Remember we spoke about this, that after Kippur, if lady had to start preparing, back in the day, prepare is not 1, 2, 3. Sing gatovi, vada gareach, chalodna, everything, check, gato. You don't have that. It's hour. Go bring water now. Go warm up the water. Go wash just every step takes forever. Now imagine Kippur finishes. There's 10 people in the house. Everybody hungry.
Another Yom Kippur until morning time.
Until she'll put something on the table. Jonah, me bro. So Chachamim said, who said you're not allowed to prepare from Yom Kippur and to after Kippur? Chachamim said not to make people upset. If she wants to prepare food on Kippur, such as washing it, set up the table, stuff like that, no problem. But to cook on Kippur for after Kippur is not allowed. That's the right already, to cook. But the Isur de Rabbanan of preparation, Chachamim allowed it.
Because it's Shabbat Shabbaton. It's just like Shabbat.
It's like Shabbat, exactly. So midirabanan, you're not allowed to prepare from Shabbat to after Shabbat.
Right.
Not to cause pain, to extra pain to the people after Kippur. Chachamim permitted. Got it? Very good. So Ravad Yosef says, you see, even that some opinions didn't allow to wash the vegetables on Shabbat with a sink. Also not allowed. Why? You separate the bad out of the good. It's like the peel, right? How do you say peel in Russian?
Kajura.
Kajura. You're not allowed to separate kajura on Shabbat, shkurka, if you're not going to eat the fruit underneath immediately, nachon?
Right now.
Right now. So the same thing here. You have the dust right on top, nachon? Dirt, dust, sand, all these things. Whenever you're washing it, what are you doing? You're removing the peel. Okay, so if you remove the peel, you got to eat the bottom of it
Right now.
right away.
So now it's a problem because a lot of people come home, they put fruits on the vase, they're washing it beforehand.
Who said they're doing the right thing?
Oh, that's a very big
People
problem.
do it. People do a lot of things. Muktzeh, borer. I told you the most common violations on Shabbat, cooking laws, borer laws, muktzeh laws, most common ones. How real, John?
Carry
Unbelievable. Uriel, what if I would tell you today I was thinking about you? Would believe me or no? What if I would tell you what Sefer Torah Kalemni?
Ah,
Believe me or no?
все 55 было дальше.
Number 4.
Sorry, Rabbi.
No, I missed you today. I was thinking, I said, where is Uriel? What is Uriel?
I was talking about the
I said, I'll call him tonight. Boom, he walked in.
Видео надо.
B'lei ayin hara. I don't know his name, that's the problem. Bechor says he's Mashiach. I don't know. I've been thinking.
You're gonna be surprised.
Is it permitted to rinse
Новый должен прийти объяву дать, нет?
a salted fish with cold water? So this you guys never gonna do. Let's read it quickly. What? When you do what? Prurvu? Where's Bora there?
יצא, נשפט, יצא בחוץ.
Oh, what's the problem? It's no problem. You're not separating anything. Separating bad out of the good is a problem.
בגלל שזה immediately?
It's also immediately. Yeah? Okay, next. We learned from what the rabbis permitted to rinse salted fish with cold water on Shabbat, so too you'll be allowed to rinse the dirty fruits with the water.
So
By the sink, yeah? Not with the bowl. With the running water? Running?
So you're gonna be allowed?
With running water.
But you just said no.
No, we said not, but you gotta eat it immediately.
What do you mean?
Anytime you wash a vegetable,
What's immediately?
immediately, you know, maybe.
Half hour?
No, but the avar is half an hour. There is no
1
source
hour.
for half an hour.
1 hour also?
right away.
1 hour. There is no source for these definitions. Now, what he says is all those definitions are questionable. So you don't want to question a Doraita law.
Странно,
So
да,
fake
интересно,
Doraita.
Шаббат должен наслаждаться, как мы сейчас это делаем. А мы, оказывается, наоборот делаем.
Rabotai.
Правильно расслабляться.
No, exactly. A person said, Rabbi, what did I get married for? Наслаждаться. If I don't наслаждаться with her. So I go somewhere, she goes somewhere. It's okay. Наслаждаемся мы. That's the purpose of marriage, no?
100%.
Ниндзя называется.
Yeah. Геном у них будет. этого swingers.
Шарибу, да.
Yesterday, today, человек какой Wednesday. Monday, Бехор у нас был. Такой кейс.
На чем мы прямой?
Listen, Monday.
А вы что?
Personal trainer. С ней. А, так ты сделала? Он пошел тоже с его женой. Hear this or not?
Вот там песня.
Чем я
такая,
хотел?
«Я налево, ты направо». Ну, будет.
Оба развелись. Детей. Ашем Ирахем. До свидания, все стало.
А что, простить нельзя такой кейс?
In your Torah, yes. In our Torah, no.
Ему можно простить, а ей нет.
Нельзя. He did Eshetish and he did Eshetish. Оба. Hear the case or no? You don't understand the case.
Пары поменяли.
She doesn't have Eshetish, right?
Of course she has.
Евреи наш, евреи.
Да.
Эту же ночь.
If you would
Парни
know,
поменялись, тренер.
if you would know who is this, you'll drop, how is it? Drop.
Она занималась в спортзале, там персональный тренер.
Yeah, we know him.
Шем
Я
Ирахем.
имел
Да, а он пошел его жену поменял.
тренера.
Да. Ее муж, его жену.
This что они выиграли?
Отношения.
Что они выиграли?
Тренер был
Nothing.
Как это быстрее
Family
получится?
broken both ways. Ее и ихний.
Да, может, так же.
You're not get married ever again.
Видать, он
Да.
пошел с ней договорился. Она
Да.
развод сделала своему мужу.
А тренер тоже бухарский?
No. I don't know who's the trainer. I don't know.
Maybe he's a goy, so how can we Eshetish?
Only this family came in. Там бардак, деньги, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Бардак. Comes to Bedin. We need to resolve all this. этого.
Pregnant or not?
No, not to pregnancy.
Мамзер же, нет?
No, there's not.
Развязались или нет?
А?
Разошлись?
Да, конечно. They have to.
Она к тренеру ушла.
No, she's not allowed to the trainer. By Jewish law, she's not allowed to.
Она же Jewish.
Ну, когда
Что, она
развелась,
Jewish
она
law знает, что ли?
может
No, they
Если она
know.
знала бы, она с ним не
They
пошла.
know.
What do you mean they know?
Whatever you hear,
Грязные не делают.
They know.
Тоже
they
But
know.
they still do it.
Moshe Satan.
They don't care about the Jewish
No, they care. They care.
They care?
Why am I telling you this, Bechor? Because people have to understand. We have definitions in Jewish life. Наслаждайся на Shabbat. Таким образом, другой таким образом. Habibi, we have definitions of Torah. It's not whatever you. What did I tell you in the morning? People judge halakha with emotions and pray with their brains. And what's supposed to be? You have to pray with your emotions and learn Torah with your brain. Rabbi, I think on Shabbat you should enjoy, and therefore, this and this should be allowed. Хорошо, что ты не Моше Рабейну с твоими definitions. Okay, Rabotai, let's finish it off. Rinsing a wine of glass that a non-Jew drank from, and it is like removing the peel of the fruit, which is permitted. Bechor, listen to this. Goy drank wine. Goy drank wine. The wine was not mevushal. He left in the cup some drops. Is this drops allowed or no? Not allowed. You say, oh, it's good, it's peel, it's yain nesach shasa. Let me wash it. Are you allowed to wash it now or no?
You can't have
Wash the wine, the few drops. Помыть его.
Стакан.
Стакан. Can you do that on Shabbat or no?
Сполоснуть, выкинуть.
Сполоснуть? Хочешь его. And потом you want to use it.
No.
Are you allowed to sполоснуть? You're allowed to wash it, rinse it on Shabbat or no?
Стакан, why not?
Says halacha only if you will use it
Right now.
immediately. Why? Because the wine that is yain nesach that the goy drank from, it became as a klipa on the cup. So if you remove a klipa, שקז'ורקה, שקורקה, איך אמרת את זה? שקורקה. Abalochka. If you remove the abalochka, the shkurka you remove, you gotta eat what is underneath that shkurka right away. So you had abalochka, you had a cover called wine nesech. Now you remove that wine nesech in order to get to the cup. So you separate the bad from the good. When do we allow you to separate the bad from the good? Only if you eat right now.
Can I wash dishes?
You're gonna use right now. Here, you didn't do it right now.
Rabbi, I cannot even wash dishes?
The dish is not prohibited. The leftovers on the dishes is 100% edible
It's
thing.
blocking me if you eat it clean, so I need to unwash.
But it's an edible thing.
What?
The dishes left residue that you have.
Why?
The
There's a
food
lot of
residue.
residue.
The residue is edible.
Right?
The wine nesech is not edible.
But I don't want to eat this. Whatever is residue
It
there.
doesn't matter.
What's the difference? It's something I don't want. I'm separating it.
Yeah, but
good.
you're allowed to have. Here you're
I'm
not
just
allowed.
saying, it makes sense. No?
It's two different.
I hear a point. You're questioning based on this on Rabbi. I hear. So it's not a bad point you're saying. He got Moshe. I'm
No,
gonna
but one is
put.
not allowed, Rabbi, and one is allowed.
I understand, but in Borer, even if it's allowed, it's something you don't want,
Why then dishes
You
allowed to be
understand?
washed?
you're separating it. Something you don't want, you're removing it.
Yeah, last one and we do parsha.
Next.
А уже все хорошо ушел.
Ну и чудесно.
Сейчас пока.
Эмуна, битахон. Давно не делали квадрат?
Yeah, you're right. But you want parsha, you want this. You can't do everything.
Every day we do парша. Все, завтра паров будет.
Параша.
Grot Moshe. To him, he cannot say no. Grot Moshe wrote that it is preferable to wash the fruits while they are in one's hand. Better to wash the fruits, it says, when they are in the hands and not put it inside drushlag and stuff like that. It's allowed to, but better whenever it's in your hands.
How about cherries?
Whatever.
Whatever fruits, vegetables, whatever. it is.
But you eat them right away anyway.
Руками.
The cherry, for example, you put it inside the bowl.
No, not allowed to inside the bowl. Ninja.
Если вы не покушали, то
The problem, oh, borer.
Even if you cannot wash more than what you're gonna eat.